Get ready to stir it up.
You ain't ruined it.
Son of a...
She wanted to stir it up.
I'm about to stir it up. I'm about to stir my shoe up your ass.
Hold on. I'm gonna put her in the bedroom. Let me be right back. Hold on.
You are just dying. Take her toy with her. She goes without toy. Oh my gosh, punished without toy. She's being punished without toy.
Oh, I don't punish her. She just got excited.
This is Nerd News Cafe. Stir it up with Matt, Landon, and Justin.
Get ready to stir it up. It is round 19. We are here to freaking push that Thursday level all the way up. Because most of you...
way up.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what voice that was. But everybody had that Monday off, the majority of you. If you didn't, I'm so sorry. Hey, man, I don't know what you did wrong in life, but I had it off. So...
well, they might not have been born American.
Well, hey, you
and
know
that's what they did wrong.
That's
why they didn't get Monday off.
We didn't make it an American holiday. We remember everybody. As I remember, we fought in world wars. So if you don't celebrate it, that's your problem.
Oh, God. We would like to immediately issue an apology to our Canadian listeners.
Wrong.
No, I just want to say, me, Landon, don't I have nothing to do with this bullshit.
Wrong.
And shout out to the veterans. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for what I can't do because I am a piece of crap.
We should have done
especially
that on
those
Tuesday.
that gave all.
That's okay.
I'm a failure.
It's okay. You can cut it back in.
I'll just do one. I'll do one in my weird voice.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Movie voice? Memorabilia or memoriam or whatever it's called.
Oh, Jesus. Can we bail
No,
from
not
this?
the name of it. I was just trying to think of, I want to say memorandum, but
In memoriam.
in memoriam. So, to get away from this, let me pull the shoe. I'm Matt.
I'm Justin.
And I'm embarrassed. And,
oh, Matt, I wanted to tell you something. So
what have I done now?
You were being overly modest on the show, not only the show that I missed, but the one that I came back, because you were saying, I was talking about how, it's good for Dad to be back, keep you guys on the tracks. And you said, we couldn't do it without you. Look what I did, and the show, I couldn't keep that going for, multiple shows. My friend Jacques at work that I work with, he wanted me to get at work that I work with. How about that? He wanted me to give you a shout out and say he's a big fan of Matt. He's a big fan of your humor, and he thinks you'd be just fine without me. So with that, I'm exiting the show. Thank you all very much. It's been a pleasure.
It's one fan.
Well, let me say, Jock clearly does not have great taste because he should be a fan of me. So,
well,
I
have his
Thank
moment.
you for listening, Jock. Even if you do have questionable taste, please come back, Justin.
Okay, I'll stay a little while. This one's not mine anyway. This is Matt's.
Oh, I have to. Yeah, technically, I don't do anything.
No, I just love how I'm pissing off your original fans.
Nah.
Bring it on!
Landaws.
It's
exactly, at Landaws. Bring it on,
the Landaws takeover.
That's right. No,
I haven't gone full NWO. You guys will know when that happens.
I think we're the perfect pyramid here. We have the 3 points, it all ends. We're in there. We're always there. Without it, we're just like this flat plane. It doesn't work.
The triangle is nature's strongest shape.
I mean, I was going to say DC has their Holy Trinity. Podcasting probably has their Holy Trinity. It's not us, but I mean, still.
Still.
It's
yeah.
three. Yeah.
It still works. I don't. There's a lot of trinities going on here. Matrix.
We are a league of extraordinary assholes.
Yes. Yes, we are. I work hard at that. I mean, I think
Can we put that on a t-shirt?
Oh, I want a trophy with it says #1 a-hole running. And it starts the year I was born and then a dash and never ends. And it just shows a guy giving somebody a bird and grabbing his crotch.
I'll be honest, I had to take my headphones off. I was laughing.
One of my idols is Dennis Leary. I mean, I just think the guy's he wrote a whole song about it.
He is on the Mount Rushmore of assholes.
Oh, yeah, he is the face.
H-O-L-E. Man, have fun editing this.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I love? I love psychopath.
See,
That's great.
That's why I need to stay a part of the show because
That's
somebody's got to edit this thing.
That's right. Because
Yeah,
it would be
Josh.
raw. Yeah, he's like, I really like the show. I'm really loving it. Well, if you heard the raw end of it, you wouldn't. At all.
That's right.
So we have a big day. Without further ado, I don't feel like we can procrastinate anymore.
Okay.
We need some comics.
Let's get to it. I think it's time for Comic Book Corner.
Comic time in the NNC. Just to bring you those comic books you see, and me, Matt T.
Boom.
Sorry.
That was awesome. No. I was saying we were going to have to workshop it before we started recording. I loved it. That was great.
That was on point.
You got to tag it yourself. You didn't put Landon in there. It's got to be in there.
I know.
somewhere.
I was like, where's Landon?
With Landon, me,
Yeah, there you go.
and Matt T.
Perfect. There you
Holy
go.
shit, I'm a genius, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome.
Bathe in his glory. All.
Indeed.
So there you go. There's our new Comic Book Corner intro.
So if somebody wants to set that to the Sublime song, because we're not going to pay rights for it.
No.
So if you set it to it, we're not on the hook. So
Wrong.
I
Exactly.
think.
I don't know.
It's on the internet. It's fine.
It must be true. All right. So when I went into Nerdvana Comics Knoxville this week,
Shout out to Nerdvana Comics.
Richard said, it's a light week this week, which is
God.
never a good sign. Because,
Get your checkbook.
yeah,
Is
when
it
I
ever-
go in there and he says it's a light week, I come out with a bigger stack than I've ever had in my life. And that happened again this week. So really quickly, just going to run through the highlights. Did pick up X-Men Blue #4.
Cool.
Yep, and you see on the cover, Landon can't see this because he is live via satellite, but I'll explain it to you. We've got the X-Men of the Blue series that we know and love, and they are staring towards us as if they're looking at us, but there's a hand that's popped up in the foreground with 3 blades, which might look familiar to some people. You might hear snicked, maybe a
Yeah, I
little
was gonna
snicked.
say.
Yeah, but we know
Snicky.
Old man Logan, he is Legion. Is part of Gold. He's not part of Blue, so that might make you wonder what's going on here. So I'll explain that a little bit. I also, Matt, you and I talked about. It was almost a year ago that we talked about. We teased there was going to be a little mashup between Hanna-Barbera and DC.
Oh, yeah.
And all those different options that were coming out. I picked one up because it came out this week.
Lord.
Suicide Squad and the Banana Splits. Yeah.
What the actual shit? Are
Seriously.
you serious?
Yep.
It's pretty interesting cover, I will say.
And this is the Suicide Squad you would know from the movie. The ones that are featured are Katana, Killer Croc, Deadshot, and Harley Quinn.
Did we get more backstory?
No, there's no backstory built into this one, except there is a little bit of one for the Banana Splits.
Well, I'm okay with Banana Split's backstory.
Yeah.
Well, we all have to have that gritty reboot of the Banana Splits.
Oh, you have no idea.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
But
tell
like
you.
HR Puff and stuff killed himself, and from his brain, these people grew.
We're gonna get into this one a little bit because I'm gonna tell you out of the books that I picked up this week, this ended up being a pleasant surprise. I also picked up I Am Groot #1. It's Baby Groot.
I am Groot.
I picked up Venom 150 special edition because Eddie Brock is back.
He's back. Actually, that might get me back on board with Venom. I mean, no knock on what they did with Flash Thompson. Very interesting what they did with Venom, sending him into space, part of the Guardians of the Galaxy. But as a Spider-Man fan, I am super pumped that Eddie Brock is now back being Venom.
Yeah, it is a pleasant return for sure, and I'll tell you, I read through that one just today and really enjoyed it. I haven't been keeping up with the Venom series, but knowing that this was Eddie Brock's return, it's an extra jumbo-sized 150, and so I bought it, and I'm very pleasantly surprised. Also
Nice.
got this one's been out for a couple weeks, but I picked up American Gods #3. Still keeping up with that series. But I'll tell you, the highlight of my week, Richard gave me a little insight into a book that's out now that I had not, of course, he's very good at this.
Push a man.
It looks
Yeah.
like if there was a title for a comic book that I would be in.
It's a Image Comics comic book, so not Marvel or DC, and it's called Redneck. And #1 was such a big hit that they actually did a second printing, and I have the second printing in my hand. The original printing of #1 is already over $30.
Wow.
Redneck 2, which just came out, is in my hand. I read them both today, and let me just tell you, out of all the comics that I want to talk about Banana Splits and Suicide Squad, but I want to talk about this. It is really good. Really, really good. So let me set it up a little bit for you. On the cover, it just looks like some rednecks sitting in a honky tonk, maybe a roadhouse. Roadhouse. They aren't roundhouse kicking anybody. I don't see Patrick Swayze, but
Where's the other guy, the old man?
Sitting at the table. This dude, he's a redneck. This guy, Santa Claus. He looks like Santa Claus.
He looks like Santa Claus.
Santa Claus is totally a redneck.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
absolutely. He drives a big pickup truck. No,
Works one day a year.
Yeah.
Oh God.
There you go.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Wrong.
But the title of this book is deceiving because while it is set in Texas, and it's about a family that lives in Texas.
Whoa. Texas can't have rednecks. They're not from the South.
Well, yeah, I would argue that that's probably true, but I think redneck is a bit of a play on words here, and let me explain.
Uh-oh.
This is a vampire series.
Oh, crap.
And
Well, that took a swerve I didn't see.
Yeah.
Redneck. Okay, I get it.
Exactly.
I get it.
Exactly. So this family is a family that's been around for generations, and there's a man they call Grandpa who lives in the attic. I don't think he ever comes out. We've only seen a little bit of him as kind of a shadow, and he looks very Nosferatu-y. And then there's the family, which is like a dad and an uncle and 3 boys, and a little girl who is psychic. The little girl can read thoughts. Because as it starts, this isn't a spoiler, because very early on in the book, the uncle, who looks like he's kind of going to be the one that we follow, he's like the main narrator, is kind of talking through some things, having an inner monologue in his head, and she responds to him because he talks about, he's talking about living through the Civil War, and he's like, yeah, and then there was the Civil War. This is my voice I'm giving to him. He probably should be more like, yeah, when there was
That's what we did.
there was
No,
that,
I like the first voice. That was good.
and there was that Civil War I was in too, and
Now you're doing Sling Blade.
yeah, well, I need some mashed or French fried potatoes.
French fried
And
potatoes.
mustard.
But he talks about not taking sides, but she out loud says to him, "What side were you on in the Civil War?" And he's like, "You're not supposed to be reading my thoughts. You can't be doing that."
You know house rules.
Yeah. So anyway, where the series starts is that this family's off, like kind of in a remote area in Texas. They raise cattle and live off the cow blood. They try not to interact with humans very much, but of course they've got 3 boys who are quote unquote teenagers, but they're in their 60s and 70s actually, who are getting restless and
of course.
want to go into town and experience
That
life.
kind of power comes great responsibility.
So of course they say, "We're going to town. Everything's going to be fine," and everything is not fine. Because because obviously that's why the book starts there, and suddenly we learn that there's another family, a big family. They're not vampires, but they're the only family, I guess, in this town that knows of the vampires. And one of them's like a minister in the church, and he has a bunch of boys.
Preacher.
And yeah, he's a preacher.
Preacher man.
And so there's going to be a conflict between the 2 families, and things start hitting the fan like right away. And it's graphic, it's bloody, it is cool. And apparently it's been picked up to be a series on a certain channel. I can't tell you the channel, but I'm going to have to do some research. But coming soon to a screen near you is going to be a redneck show. And I'm telling you, if the first couple books are any indication, this thing's going to be really cool. I'm really enjoying it.
Hopefully they do better than the Preacher series.
So get out there. You're probably going to have to pick up the second printing of number 1, but since they did one, it's amply available right now. 2 just came out. I would say if you're interested in collecting, you might want to go ahead and pick up that first edition if you can find it, because if it's already at $30,
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then the TV series, if it takes off, it's just,
Absolutely. Yeah, that thought definitely did cross my mind when you said that the first printed is already up to that price point. So I think I'm going to be venturing down to Nerdvana in Knoxville. Shout out to Richard to pick that up.
yeah, I would suggest it. I think you should. So there you go. I wanted to talk about that one, plug it a little bit, and we talked last week or Tuesday, and I teased that. Marvel and DC, of course, they've got some good books out there, some exciting things. But I'll tell you the things that right now, the books that I'm really interested in so far, I really like Rednecks. I'm enjoying American Gods and Royal City, which is another Image comic. I think that's Image Comics. It's not DC or
it's
Marvel.
definitely an independent.
It is Image. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Image.
So there you go. Those 3 comics are the things that I'm enjoying the most right now. I mean, I am enjoying my pull. Like, I really like X-Men Blue. I like where they're going with it. I like Gold a lot too. Thanos has been good. Hulk has been good. Enjoying Batwoman. I'm not saying anything bad about those, but it's like, yeah, okay, they're good. I get it because they're DC and Marvel. Mm-hmm. These independents, man, it's cool because they can kind of explore and do things, try things out, experiment a little bit.
Yeah, they don't really have any, it doesn't sound like they have any boundaries or, anybody. It's like, we need a story about, I don't know, a homicidal maniac that lives on the subway. That's what you have to write about. Okay, that's what I'll write about. No, these people are like straight from their brain, their passions. So that's cool.
And I mean, they still might write about a homicidal maniac on the subway, but like you said, it's from their brain. It is literally, and that's the beautiful thing about the independents. They give these writers and to some aspects, the artists, they give their freedom to do whatever they want.
Right. Yeah, and that's nice. That's really nice.
It really is.
So, I apologize. We're getting some feedback right now, and I know you all are probably hearing that. I want to acknowledge that it exists.
It's the Russians trying to hack into our podcast.
It has to be.
We're huge overseas, so obviously that's what it is.
Yeah.
We will get it.
But we're going to work it out.
Dos Vitanias.
We will eliminate it. But anyway, so yeah, plugging the independent comics. Go out and check some things out, guys. It's it's fun to pick up the books with the characters that we know and love. But I would say take a risk every now and then. You're going to be pleasantly surprised. If something catches your eye, give it a try. It's what, $4 to pick up a first issue or something?
Well, you let me read that that Black Bolt #1. Wow, what a comic!
Seriously,
and I mean, that's not an independent, but I didn't read Inhumans. I haven't read any of that stuff, and I'm like, I got to know what happens to this guy.
Yeah,
so. And it's like Jay said, it's like, yeah, it's $4 a pop, and it's like you don't necessarily have to get in on the issue that it comes out this week. It's like, if you're hesitant, look online, read some reviews, like see what fits your taste in reading. But it's like there's some really great stuff going on the independent level of comics right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to move on because I want to talk about Suicide Squad and Banana Splits just a little bit here. So,
oh my God.
Again, it still blows my mind that that's a thing. I love living in 2017 just for that.
Yeah. On one of the first pages, they've got a nice little splash, and it says Suicide Splits, and in parentheses, hey, it beats Banana Squad.
Oh my God.
Which sounds like something.
Actually, that was the name of my first band.
I was going to say, it sounds like something we might put on our banana hammocks.
Hashtag jams.
Yeah. But essentially, they're speeding down the interstate trying to get to. I'm talking about the Banana Splits. They're speeding down the interstate trying to get to a gig. They get pulled over for whatever reason. Things escalate very quickly. Police these days.
What do you mean very quickly? They're a giant car of amalgamated monsters.
And all they do is step outside, and the police open fire. Pretty much. That's so.
Wow. What, do they get pulled over in Ferguson?
Yeah.
Oh, bad landed. I'm sorry.
So they get taken downtown and thrown into the big house, and right away it's established that they're not going to take any crap, and obviously the inmates are like, oh, new meat, fresh meat, we're going to take them down, and so
wait, the cops or the Banana Splits aren't going to take any crap.
The Banana Splits aren't going to take any crap, and Snorky, the big elephant guy, just starts literally smashing people into the ground.
Like Dumbo's mom style.
Okay, so this is the dark, gritty reboot
I'm telling you.
Of the Banana Splits that we all were asking for.
Yeah.
Oh, Future Quest.
So, yeah, there is a Future Quest ad.
Which we talked about forever ago also.
Yeah. So, as it goes on, basically what's happened is the Suicide Squad is out on a mission. They've gotten themselves in kind of a no-win. They're pinned down, rocking a hard place. So, the old, what's her name? The lady that kind of runs the...
Amanda Waller?
Yeah, Waller.
Yeah,
that's right.
Old what's her nuts?
I couldn't think of Waller. Sorry. Anyway, she's sitting in, headquarters, and she's like, we're going to have to send him some new people, but I've got to do this kind of under the radar. She's like, and she's watching the security cameras and how the Banana Splits are cleaning up, destroying folks.
God,
So-
that is such a bizarre sentence to say, but please continue.
Yeah, so she decides she's going to send them out into the field. There's a nice
Oh
little.
my God!
You can almost picture
Landon,
like
there are no words to describe this page I'm looking at right now.
yeah.
Like, guys, I'm putting on pants. I'm coming over to the studio. I got to see this.
There's almost you can almost picture it in your head. You've seen like the squad walking in slow motion, fully they're fully geared out with their weapons in hand. They've got a panel like that for the banana splits.
God, that's
Out
amazing.
of all of it, I think my favorite is the lion with the hair gel,
Yep.
looking like Zach Morris with a machine gun.
Yeah. Oh, and of course, by the way, he trips and ends up
He
almost
does
shooting
trip, yeah.
everybody. But
All
they
right.
get
Well, if you listen to our Tuesday show, you'll realize I have discovered that I can make crazy demands while we're recording and get away with whatever I want. I want us to bump out with the theme song to these ding dongs for this episode.
la la la. All right, I'll do
There
that.
you
Oh
go.
my
We could totally do it.
Get it done.
But anyway, yeah. So they end up meeting up with because basically the 4 Suicide Squad members I mentioned, they're all split up. The Banana Splits guys get dropped in like freaking Army Rangers, parachute in, and they have to connect with the squad, and so they indeed do, and hilarity ensues. I'm not going to talk too much about the rest of what goes on.
Good Lord, there is so much happening every page he turns. I can't look at it. I can't look at all of it quickly enough.
Yeah, but they end up once all 8 of them get together, they split up into like an A squad and a B, and one is meant just to
Split up, gang.
just to cause havoc, and that's the elephant dude goes with Harley Quinn and I can't think of the names right now, but the ape guy and Killer Croc. Their whole purpose is just to go in and destroy. And so
It's a good mission.
Yeah, so they're just going in. There's a page I'm showing Matt right now where they bust in a room 5 floors below where they're, where the other team is, and she just yells "Cowabunga!" She's swinging her bat. They're firing weapons. It's craziness, but they end up getting into it. The thing I wanted to mention at the end, you were talking about a gritty reboot. So Banana Splits mentioned that they haven't had a hit because they're bubblegum pop. They haven't had a hit in 30 years. Well, their time in the Slammer inspired them to come out. Because, of course, once they're successful, they get their freedom. They save the Suicide Squad. Spoiler alert. Everything turns out fine, so they get their freedom. So they hit the road again, and they are playing to a packed arena doing gangster rap. And
Wait, what?
I'm just going to quote it right here. Straight out of Belle Reve, we've been walking on the dark side. Squad goals, get rich or suicide. Started out bubblegum, now I'm going to get me some. Banging with the splits is lit. Because we're straight out of Belle Reve.
Oh my gosh!
All right, and time of death is 8/17. Guys, comics just died. They're dead.
It's awesome. It's hilarious.
It looks.
They're
funny.
done.
It
Holy
looks funny.
shit! Are you serious?
And they go, and it's kind of funny because the background suddenly goes a little bit more like you see your typical comics go. The more realism to the environment. And it was kind of comic-y all the way up to that point, and then it's like a complete environment change as he turned the page. I'm like, what? Okay.
Yeah, it does. It's out of nowhere.
Wow.
All right. Lastly, I just want to talk really quickly before we get into Andrew's review of Secret Empire. We asked him to give us a
Would you call it the Andrew view?
and review.
End review.
Yeah. We asked him to do that for us. We asked for 10 pages. He didn't give us 10, but he gave us quite
Yeah,
a
by the way,
Almost
I'm just
1,000
giving you a
words.
heads up. I'm docking you a letter grade.
Okay.
So, sorry, Andrew. The best you can get is a B.
But really quickly, in X-Men Blue, I mentioned the cover. We see some, a hand with blades that would lead us to believe that this is someone that we know pretty well. And I can just tell you something that, let me just say it's not Logan that they end up meeting up with.
Really?
It's someone who
With 3 claws.
has the same powers, but it is not Logan.
It's Bloken.
So
No, it can't be Dakin, can it?
it's not Dakin. This guy's name is Jimmy.
Is it Dawkin?
Jimmy?
Jimmy. His name is Jimmy, and
Bimmy?
he is
Page?
Bimmy.
he is Wolverine Jr. He's Logan's son. Actually, is what they say.
Oh. Huh.
Whoa, okay, all right. Yeah, that...
I mean, that's a lot of time to spread your seed.
Wow,
so-
they're Okay. All right. Okay.
Yep.
They're gonna go that. Okay.
So that's what
All right.
they have introduced there. Oh, one cool thing happens there. Of course, they're getting their butts kicked by Logan Jr. And like even like Jean Grey's doing psychic blast to him, but can't get in his head. And Iceman ends up trying to help end the battle. They're in like a snowy kind of a tundra place. He bulks up to this huge ice colossus, and he does say "Iceman smash." So there you go.
That's awesome. And speaking on Iceman, I love how in the new Marvel universe, Iceman is one of the most powerful mutants. That's so cool. Just so awesome.
Dude, and I mentioned it before, the Iceman on Marvel Heroes Omega is OP. If you want to go through that game with no problems whatsoever, hook you up some Iceman.
Oh,
yeah, can we talk some Marvel Omegas now that everybody has played it on the podcast?
We can talk about it, but first, before we do that, let me give a little love to Andrew, because we asked and he delivered. So, looking over at our Facebook fan page,
which, by the way, you need to like and follow us on Facebook. Seriously, it's super easy. Search Nerd News Cafe right in that bar on Facebook and like us.
That's right.
It's super cool.
That's right. Everybody's doing it.
All the cool kids. I mean, you want to be cool, right?
So
seriously.
And actually, the reason Andrew wrote this report for us is because he was a lucky winner of our No Pants Poll retweet contest.
Which is why you need to follow us on Twitter,
That's
too.
Right. Get in, guys. Come on. You're sitting there. You don't have pants on, like Landon. And you're just
damn
like,
right.
What do I do with my Thursday? Oh, look, it's noon. Boom. I voted.
Vote.
Take
All you
your
got to
pants
do
off and
vote.
I retweeted.
Especially if you're at work.
Vote, follow, retweet.
It's freaking 3 taps of your thumb or forefinger or ring finger or whichever you use. Even your elbow. I use my nose sometimes to open my phone.
And if you're not wearing pants, it could be your
hey, hey-o,
hey-o, hanga,
it could be your chin.
your knee. So because he won the ebook, the e-comic of Secret Empire #1, we asked him to read it and give us a report, and he certainly did. So he even says he's not doing 10-page, but he gave us his thoughts. So
but he already knows
that's fine.
that his grade is being
That's
docked,
fine.
So.
You're getting docked.
You're getting
So
talking.
he tells us in the beginning he's new to the nerd world. Is this true, Matt? I'm going to ask for verification. Would you call Andrew a nerd noob?
He is a big sports guy.
Oh, he's a sports guy.
Ah, my people.
Okay, so he says he's actually read less than 10 comic books. That's pretty interesting. So he is. I would call that pretty new. But 2 of his favorites are Iron Man and Captain America. When he said that when he first found out that Cap was a sleeper spy for Hydra, he was pissed. And after hearing it was canon, he was confused. He says, but Secret Empire is not in the MCU story arc, and it doesn't have the MCU stamp on the covers, and I had to constantly remind myself of that because I love the MCU and was referencing back to the movies. Yeah, so he's talking specifically about the crossover between the 2 movies.
And I was kind of curious on that because, I mean, it's like, this is a vastly different departure from what the people that see the movies strictly to, like, what's actually happening in the comics.
Right. Yeah, and so the multiverse thing will get you. It will. But he said that once he could accept that this is outside of the MCU, that he actually found this story arc pretty intriguing. He ended up buying #0 and added Marvel Unlimited. So
smart guy, buy #0. I had to, find that out the hard way.
And he's saying you shouldn't skip it. Like you need 0.
Yeah, seriously, yeah.
And
he's right.
He's ready to keep on going. He says he feels like Cap is having a hard time, even though he believes he did the right thing to unite the people. Being Hydra management now is a feeling he's not gonna like how far they want to take things, and he sees Cap switching sides again. So he's still rooting for Cap to be a good guy somewhere in there. That's his prediction.
Because he's Captain America, damn it. I mean, come on.
So to wrap it up, form your own opinion, and I'll go in with an open mind like you would any other new series, and you may find a new story to capture your interest. And there you go. So he does say he thanks us for the interactive debate feature, giving away comics. He's not a reader, but getting into comics makes it fun and interesting. So
you're welcome.
You're welcome, man.
Yeah, seriously. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you for that great review. I read it. I really can't disagree with anything he said. I mean, he really laid it out perfectly. And I appreciate the fact that he went and got 0 so he could get the context of 1. I mean, that's really cool. So thank you, Andrew, for reaching out to us. Thank you for listening. Thank you for retweeting, downloading, voting, all that cool stuff. And if you want to be like Andrew, just do what he did. Be like Andrew. Andrew's the cool guy.
Be like Andrew.
Exactly. Follow us, retweet the poll, and also vote. And you can get in on this. Like he said, an interactive discussion. So get in on it, guys.
And you guys can read his full post on the Facebook
great,
page.
Seriously, it is so good. Like, and I want to talk on it. It's like he made reference to, or Jay made reference to his 2 favorite characters being Iron Man and Captain America. And not only are those his favorite characters, he went into studying. Let me pull it up real quick. He went into studying. I think it's like electromagnetism, engineering. And by the way, he's a Marine. So hell yes, man.
Yeah, thanks for your service, man.
Seriously, dude, you're the man, Andrew.
So there you go. I think Andrew views would be a nice feature in the future. So yeah. So, man, if you read some other books and you want to throw something our way, do it, and we'll give you shout outs.
Absolutely,
that's what this show is all about.
Andrew C.
Yeah, man. Thanks so much. That was great. So, that being said, I'm going to wrap up Comic Book Corner.
I'm not going to sing it again.
I'm sorry. I have this new toy, and I have to play with it.
I understand. Toys.
Well, now that we got our bellies full, let's drop a hot and streamy. And what do you got, Landon?
Yep, right in your eyeballs. It is the top of the month, so not only are you getting them checks, the 1st of June, Netflix is bringing you a handful of stuff, and I'm just going to give you a heads up. It really feels like Netflix is kind of taking June to do some vacation. I get it. It's summer, but I didn't know that Netflix, being a .com thing, would need to take vacation. But apparently they are. But we do have some gems hitting us this month. June 1st, Arrow Season 5 drops. So that is another season that I'm that further behind on Arrow. Burlesque drops. I have no idea what that is, but Burlesque is kind of my kink.
No. So. Is it?
Yeah, I think that was the show one of the shows they watched on How Did This Get Made. It was one of the first ones.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, then educate me, because I love me some Burlesque. So
just
educate.
Share.
Apparently, it's a terrible movie.
Oh, it doesn't have Christina Aguilera in it too?
Yes.
Yep. Share.
Wait. A movie named Burlesque, starring Christina Aguilera.
Yep. Correct.
All right, well, y'all can handle the rest of the place. Anyway, Full Metal Jacket drops on Netflix June 1st, as does, if you're one of those ding-dongs that celebrates Christmas year-round, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, coming to you June 1st on Netflix. It's like 9,000 degrees outside.
Christmas can never come too early. Might as well put up the tree now.
I agree to disagree. The Sixth Sense is dropping on June 1st, so yeah, you can go back and remember, man, this M. Night Shyamalan guy, he's an up-and-coming director before we got exposed to his format. And finally, on June 1st, if you're a fan of old-school classic comedies, Young Frankenstein is coming
that's a good
to
one.
your streaming. Yeah, seriously, it's Mel Brooks. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
June 9th is season 5 of Orange is the New Black. I mentioned that because my girlfriend is just ed up with this show. She is super into it. Not my #jams, as we like to say on this show. June 20th, Disney's Moana drops. Seriously, I love this movie. The Rock kills it. I know a lot of people want to bag on him for his singing because it's all auto-tuned, but I have to say it doesn't matter what you say because he's The Rock.
That's right.
And finally, stayed in the wrestling realm, on June 23rd, Glow, the gorgeous ladies of wrestling, with she doesn't know, she's going to be my wife someday. Allison Brie is the star. So I'm looking forward to Glow dropping at the end of the month, but that's about it. Seriously.
I'm looking forward to shopping for some carpet with her, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Going to the Home Depot in Utah, evidently.
Yeah, I'm hoping like she can help me with that because I have no idea what carpet matters. It's like I walk in, it's like, yeah, this is like Broadway carpet. This is midway carpet. It's like I don't know what any of this shit means, man. It's like I just walk on carpet. Can you help me out here? But
Berber.
Yeah, that is
your
hot and streamy, right in your eyeballs. Netflix, like I said, kind of feels like they're laying off on June. So go watch more Trailer Park Boys. Watch Parks and Rec for the 19th time if you're me, or go outside, I guess.
So
no, don't go outside.
No, don't do that. There's cancer out there. But the pickings are kind of slim when it comes to Netflix this
really
month.
Is. Yeah.
But we did get a trailer coming up in July, and I'm just going to tease it because they teased us with it. Castlevania, the TV series, coming to Netflix July 7th.
Yeah, it really feels like Netflix has kind of taken the month of June off, and they're going to hit it hard with starting the next month. I mean, you just referenced Castlevania, and isn't like the Defenders dropping the month after? So it really feels like Netflix just kind of taking this moment to breathe. But the Castlevania trailer, I mean, I love the way it opened. It opened with an old school NES.
Yeah.
Blowing out the cartridge, putting it in there, and here we go. Full-blown anime, and as a Castlevania fan, I'm super excited for this.
Me too. I love Castlevania, and I like that it looks like they're going real gothic with it. I love.
You have to. It's Castlevania.
I know.
Yeah,
I love the snap of the whip. Yeah, man, it looks great. That looks like, and I can't help but hear do 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 while I'm watching it. But yeah. How you like that?
Stupid floating heads. I hate those things.
The Medusa heads.
Oh my god.
Those were so cheap. Like seriously. Not only does it fly and hit you in that little stupid crazy zigzag pattern, it turns you into stone. So you're just.
And then you go. Nee. Sorry, that was the death sound.
No, I apologize. I appreciate that.
But that looks super cool. So they'll be picking up some steam as we go. But we are, one of the things, I'll do this next time, we need to take another look at our events calendar because we're getting into conference season. So
we are. And speaking of the conference stuff, can I talk about the unfortunate news that came out of Phoenix Comic-Con this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really scary. Some dumbass who, and according to police, identified himself as the Punisher. He thought he was the character, the Punisher. Showed up to Phoenix Comic-Con with full-blown weapons. I believe it was a shotgun, a couple pistols, some knives. And he had an agenda to kill the Green Ranger, Jason David Franks, I believe. But yeah, that's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, man. People, it goes without saying, but people are crazy.
Yeah, and it's like I get it. No, I don't get this. I'm sorry, I do not get this. It's like I appreciate all sorts of fandom, but the fact where you decide to go just batshit crazy and you feel like you need to kill the Green Ranger. Like in the police report, they found a notification on his calendar for the day that he went there with the notification of quote kill JDF or whatever.
And did he have a reason why he wanted to kill the Green Ranger?
Because he was the Punisher, and he said
he knows those worlds aren't linked, right?
Well, and again, this is all according to the police report, so we're going with actual legitimate documents here. He said like he was going to take out quote bad cops and shit like that. It's like this was a clearly sick individual.
Yeah. Very
and in response, I know a lot of people online were pissed about it, but Phoenix Comic-Con ended up banning all weapons, period, following this. And it's like I've seen a lot of people online speculate, is this going to be the new norm for cons? And it's like I don't know, because it's like different conventions have different security measures. It's like I've seen stuff online that said that this particular convention had metal detectors, but this guy just happened to get past all of them.
Wow. Yeah, that's bizarre.
I don't know, but I will say it's like a fantastic job by the security on site of that convention. Fantastic job by the Phoenix Police Department for stopping this before something horrific happened.
That could have been a real mess.
Absolutely. The whole see something, say something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Definitely. Yeah, somebody acts sketchy, you're not a jerk for saying something. You're not, And I mean, if this had been nothing, if all his weapons had been, plastic toys, they'd have been, hey man, can we look at your weapons?
Yeah.
And if any cosplayer would say, absolutely.
Sure, yeah.
No problems.
Yeah, as somebody who has had costumes with weapons before, I have had security come up and ask to look at it, and they're like, all right, yeah, that's fine. We're just going to piece bond this. We're going to put a tie around the trigger on the gun I was carrying. So guess what? Even if I wanted to, and I had something to shoot, I couldn't.
Yeah.
So conventions have a fantastic security system. Obviously, they caught this crazy son of a bitch. So, like,
it sucks because, you know,
it does. And I'm afraid that this is something that's going to have to be taken into account. Obviously, this had to be taken into account beforehand, but especially now.
San Diego Comic-Con's right around the corner, so...
Yeah.
And we talk about how conventions are one of those opportunities for us. We are quite an antisocial kind of a group to get out in a safe environment with like-minded individuals and get together and be part of something that's fun and relaxing where you can just be yourself. And God, this kind of thing happening, you know,
it bums me out, man.
Yeah,
it really does.
You know, it's like, is any place just safe where you can let your guard down? And in today's world, it feels like I would have to say I don't think that exists.
No, that does not exist, unfortunately. And it's like, especially in something like this at a Comic-Con, and it's like, I mean, I've never been to a Comic-Con. I'd love to go to San Diego Comic-Con, but it's like, to me, it's like my convention experience is Dragon Con. It's like I go there, it's like, these are my people. Yeah. This is my family. I'm hanging out with 80,000 of all my family. And it's like, obviously there's going to be bad apples in every bunch, but this just bums me the f*** out, man.
Yep, I hear you. I'm with you.
That's ridiculous. I mean, there's no sense in that. There's no sense in any kind of violence at those things. I mean, I've heard there's some real creepers there and some, you know, people who are looking for a fight. And it's just like, what are you doing?
Oh, and it's like, especially, it's like, obviously, unfortunately, in the world we live in, we do have to be kind of cognizant of what's going on, you know, a worldwide scale. But it's like, I mean, we're coming off of the bombing at an Ariana Grande concert, man.
Right.
Like, and just,
yeah.
Sorry, I don't. Again, I don't want to get political, but just be aware of your surroundings. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, you have to be so at comic conventions.
You
now.
can still have fun. Just
exactly
look around.
You can still have a lot of damn fun, especially at Comic-Con, especially at Dragon Con.
Your gut feelings usually pretty true on, and even if it isn't, hey, you know what? That makes everybody else feel better about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Well. Now,
yeah, sorry, didn't mean to bring us down.
We really brought the tone down. Matt's gonna bring us up because he's gonna be really positive now.
Yeah, I'm coming with such positivity with this premium roast today. That's a lie. So I guess Nintendo Switch is kicking the games out left and right. You know, pumping the jukebox for whatever they can get out there.
Relatively kicking them out.
Yeah. We have now Ultra Street Fighter 2. Because that's what the fans asked for. Nope. I was a Street Fighter 2 fan. I was never a Mortal Kombat fan. Street Fighter 2 was #myjams. Or #jams. You know, I love that game. But as Landon pointed out in pre-show, they want $60 for this bad boy. And it is nothing. It is nothing. I mean, they don't offer any kind of really new content. I mean, they polish a turd. I mean, and that's where we're at. I mean, let's face it. You know, Street Fighter 2 got left. It's a nostalgia thing. You know, some of the things they tout are, you know, faster gameplay, the throws, the kicks, the punches. You know, the fighting techniques are better. I mean, they're talking like this is some kind of like MMA fighter, or, you know, oh, the takedowns are so incredible. No, it's Street Fighter 2, man. At the end of the day, it's Street Fighter 2. And I mean, my favorite little, there's a whole video on our likes if you want to see it about what it's offering. But my favorite is the gameplay is 1.35 times faster than Street Fighter 2 Turbo. What does that mean? You know, what is 0.35 faster? I mean, where am I seeing that?
Yeah, what kind of scale is that?
Yeah, is Chun-Li's legs just a little bit more OP than it were before? E-Honda is putting you down a little faster. What is that?
By the way, Chun-Li's legs probably wouldn't fit into the Flight of Passage restraints.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Absolutely
not.
Yeah, shout out to Chun-Li's legs. That right there put me through puberty, I'm just going to be honest.
She would have helicoptered that attendant that said, sorry, ma'am, we can't get you in the ride. Dead. Fatality. Oh, wrong game.
Man, to be that attendant. Sorry. Anyway, go ahead.
Landon, do you need a moment?
Oh no, I'm good. I have a full Krogan boner.
Oh gosh.
Return of the Krogan
I
boner.
thought I heard that hit the table.
Hashtag Krogan boner.
But my favorite out of all the things they're offering on this game is Evil Rue and Violent Ken.
You.
They're just dust covered. They're just they look like someone smacked them in the face. They've antiqued them with brown sugar, you know. If you know what antiquing is. And I mean, they don't do anything different that I saw. They talk about their a little bit different techniques in fighting and stuff. It's stupid. And I think they even use the word tank. Oh, so let me get this straight. So now somebody can be a character that's even worse to beat. Oh yeah, I'm just beating the living crap out of this guy. His energy's not going down. Well, I'm done. I'm done with this game. Goodbye. Hello, used market. It's stupid, man. Come on, Nintendo. Do something.
Make a move. Like make a new
move,
console
brother.
or something.
You're throwing pawns at me, baby. I want to see a bishop or a rook. Hit me.
I will say, like, the $60 price point is really hard to swallow, but at the same time, Street Fighter 2 was awesome.
It is. I will not deny that. I will not deny that. I will still play that game today.
I gotta give it to Nintendo. They're doing the whole, like, 8-bit, 16-bit.
16-bit. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I gotta give them to that, but it's like, I can't pay $60.
No,
for this.
if this was
Are you kidding me? Especially, it's like I'm trying to look it up on the PlayStation. Of course, it's not on the PlayStation Network, but it's like you can get on the Wii U and get this crap for like $10. Like you can get Street Fighter Turbo Edition for like $10. So why are you going to drop 60? I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I mean, a $20, drop, that's nothing. That's a nostalgia drop right there. I understand that. I even kind of get a $30 drop, just a little bit for the extra characters, content, whatever. And maybe they'll release some kind of crazy gamepad for this, or the little what are they called, the little nooks.
The only thing that comes to my mind is here we go. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Deluxe Remaster. Oh, it's free with the PSN subscription.
Bingo.
Now.
And that's what I'm saying. Why would you do this? Why would
you got to play it on the PS3, but at the same time, it's like
Mario Kart got a better polish than this.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, that's their pride, and glory. They've got to put that up on the marquee, and this is more of like the opening act, But I mean, $60? Come on.
Yeah, if it was $40, I would think about it. But when it gets down to $20, I will totally buy the hell out of it.
I'm on that Destiny 2 beta, brother. I am not going to buy your $60 refab.
My money's going into the pre-order.
Speaking of, I'm actually counting my pennies so I can pre-order that.
Absolutely.
So I can get it on the beta.
Yeah, I'm like.
By the way, give me all your pennies, everybody.
This paycheck, maybe next paycheck, maybe I can sell my car. I'm not really sure yet.
I'm dumping my
I sell
extras.
plasma? No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm dumping all my extras in the pre-order for Battlefront 2, so...
Now, I will say that's another one.
Says the Mass Effect fan.
Yeah, I understand. That's hard feelings right there.
It really is, because I was super excited for Battlefront 2, but it really feels like they cannibalized Mass Effect for Battlefront.
Well, as they should have. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe,
Boo! Boo this man.
Maybe they'll come back to you. Come back. After the whole Battlefront 2 gets released and everything. So
talking about games that get a polish and you get to pay for them all over again.
a remaster of money.
Yeah. A reclamation of our wallets. Yep. I actually this week purchased the Disney Afternoon Collection on the PlayStation Store.
Oh, nice. How's it look?
Yeah. Here's the thing. Okay, so it is a good package of games. You get, Rescue Rangers 1 and 2. You get Darkwing Duck, Tailspin. You get Scrooge. What is that one? DuckTales.
Excuse me, it's
DuckTales.
Sorry, the best game on the NES.
I went my mind went dead. DuckTales 1 and 2.
Oh, God.
So a lot of good games. Here's my beef, because it is fun and it does have you can do a boss attack mode. You can do a time attack mode. They've added a feature where you can rewind with L1.
Like seriously, going forward, any retro game, you need to implement the rewind button. That is so nice.
Oh yeah. So you do something stupid, you can rewind it, go back as far as you want, and fix it.
The emulators all have had that rewind and then the save point. It's like, okay, I always die here. Let me save. Yeah, that's absolutely a requirement.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can save stuff, so that's cool too. Here's my beef. Do you remember when you used to play Rescue Rangers or Tailspin or Darkwing Duck or whatever on the NES? And sometimes it would get to the point where there was too much action on the screen, so it would start glitching out and slowing down and chugging. It does it. It does it on the PlayStation.
No.
I'm serious. So I was playing with my son. We're playing 2-player Rescue Rangers. We're both, I'm Chip, he's Dale. We're going at it. We're both picking up boxes, throwing them at like bulldogs.
But that game rules. Chip and Rescue Rangers, that is an amazing game on NES.
At one point, there are maybe 3 or 4 baddies on the screen, including us. We're trying to jump, and it almost slows to a stop.
Really?
Shoot.
Why would that still be an issue? Why would they not fix that?
I'll throw my hand up here. It's like, I've played this game. I played literally every game on the Disney collection because I downloaded it as well. But it's like, I played it single player, so I never ran into that. But you're telling me multiplayer chugs it?
Yep, it does.
I wonder if they did that.
That's
I wonder if they did
brutal.
that for nostalgia reasons.
But that's crap. Who wants that?
You'd be
That's not a
surprised.
happy
Nobody.
memory.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not
wants
with
that.
you. I'm not against you on this. I think it's the stupidest thing they could have done. But there's a part of me that says I can almost guarantee if they hadn't put that back in there or hadn't made it act that way, that people are like, well, this isn't like playing my Nintendo.
I don't know.
I don't
maybe.
want it like playing my Nintendo.
Exactly.
I'm
I'm
not
pretty sure
blowing
people
on my
would just
PlayStation.
gloss over
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure people will gloss over that point.
I think so because they did a good job of the graphics are the same pretty
Mm-hmm.
much. The music's the same. It's not like that. And that's one of the
they
things.
hit the music. That is it's so good.
Yeah,
Just-
that's
just-
one of
it's
the
in
things
feels.
when we've talked about like remaking old classic video games. That's what I've always said. You don't have to go redo the graphics or the audio. We don't need that. Just make it playable and smooth, and that'll be fine.
No, I'm with you.
And they did it. They did it with this.
Yeah,
There's so many games that like even on emulators, they've straight ripped it from the cartridge and it has the same problems. And maybe that's what it is, but one of my favorite games, and it's monotonous, is Super Off Road.
Oh yeah,
it's one of the greatest games. It used to be in the arcade. You take
Yeah.
the wheel and you'd spin that son of a
man.
gun. It's like whirr.
that was a fun game. You're
It
right.
was, and on the Nintendo, it was so much fun. You
was.
play with your buddy. There was 99 tracks. There's no save on this game. There's no codes. You play 99 courses, or you get out the house.
Yeah.
So we went 99 tracks, but there are times when your truck disappears, and it's like, oh crap, where is he? Where is he? And he just reappears because of graphics glitch or whatever the deal is. There was, a dust bunny eating away at your 8-bit system there, but. I don't want that on my emulators.
Exactly. You don't need it. You can
No.
fix that. You can address those problems.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is a problem. Beep.
I have a super processor in my PS4. I'm sure it can handle this
No
8-bit video
crap.
game.
I mean,
Apparently not.
granted, I'm going to speak from ignorance here, but I'm willing to bet that there's more than 5 enemies on the screen when you play, was it Diablo 3?
Oh, God.
You know what I mean? There's
Just a
hordes from
couple
what I
more.
understand.
Yeah.
So if we can handle that, I think we can handle about 5 bulldogs on the screen.
Yep.
Hell, staying in that same vein, it's like we talked about it last week. We might have talked on it this week. Marvel Heroes Omega Beta.
yeah.
In the beta, it's like, okay, guess what? I'm going to punch like 20 Hydra guys at once.
Holy crap,
And
there
not
is
once
a lot
does
of
it
enemies.
chug.
Yeah, there are a ton. I actually got the chance to play it at my friend's house. Shout out to my friend Greg for letting me do that.
What's up, Greg?
But I mean, it's an incredible game, but there are tons of enemies. There's tons of crap on the screen. There's destructible environments to a point. I mean, literally my mission with the Punisher was to blow up cars. And then when I had Rocket Raccoon, it was like this gun shoots like portals to death. And I was like, blue, blue, blue. Everything was blowing up. And I think you have like a treasure room. Is that what they are? Or a loot room?
Yeah.
It's a grocery store. And you get to smash everything.
Every
and I'm
case,
like,
every freezer.
I was Thor at one point. And I'm like, this hammer hits everything. Everything gets the hammer. It moves or gets the hammer.
I hit all the things.
Yeah.
I do want to point out one thing that I don't understand, and maybe you guys can make me understand. Your first boss is Electro?
Yeah.
Electro?
That's the first one.
Right.
Well, you do
That's
run
the first
into
mission, right?
Ultron, but after that...
They're right. He's later on, though.
Yeah.
He's later on. How does he hurt Thor?
No, he shouldn't be able to, I would think.
He does.
Yeah.
A lot.
Well, he's Electro. I mean, like
Yeah, but
he
you're
wouldn't
Thor.
hurt
You're the god
Thor.
of thunder. I mean, and really, isn't it a stalemate? It's like,
be, yeah.
unless you're beating him with a hammer across
Just
the
beat him
head.
with the
No,
hammer, yeah.
it shouldn't be a stalemate. Thor will F him
Well,
up.
fuck you. But I mean, lightning's not really going to do anything but add to the glory that is Electro. And then
but Mjolnir is heavy.
Yeah,
so.
True. No, that's what I said. I went over there and beat him down with that hammer. I was like, "You take this." That game's really good for a beta. I mean, I saw what you meant with the menus. They're really, really hard to find things. And then when you pick up items, it's like, what belongs to me?
Yeah, what do I have?
I don't understand. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but I do like the system. I do like the game. I know I'm trying to bring this upbeat from this $60 pit that has been
Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, that's coming ultra mega sucker.
Hey, guess what? On the flip side, you know what Marvel Heroes Omega costs?
What?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing right now. And I mean, it's just the beta. Oh,
no, it's a free-to-play game. Like, if you're a PlayStation member, you get a free download of Daredevil. So I'm curious to see if it's going to be same with Xbox
It'll
One.
Probably somebody else.
But at the same time, it's like you can still, going back to last week's episode, you can get those Eternity Shards and unlock whoever you want.
Speaking of that, I wanted to talk about that too, because when you purchase the characters, you have to use Eternity Shards, and then there is also another currency.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how you get
the G coins.
You have to use money both to buy the
G
box.
coins are real life money.
So but you have to use both.
Oh.
To buy a character.
You can unlock people with the Eternity Shards, but you have to use, I think, real life money, the G coins, to unlock the skins. So
which their skins, holy crap! If you guys went through all of, they have got some amazing. And you can be the female Thor. Yeah. I can't remember her name. Is it Janet? I can't remember her name, but I was really amazed at that. I was like, wow, you can be her.
There's some pretty cool ones. There's like some cool throwbacks, and I will say
Iron Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
And I want to shout out the loot box system. It costs $250 of the G's or whatever, and it gives you a not only resources, it gives you a costume that's exclusive to that, including World War Hulk costume, which I am all about.
They got some
and
cool
also Hawkeye.
Yeah, I saw
AKA
that. Hawkeye.
My Hawkeye.
I saw that. I was
Hashtag
like,
Hawkeye.
I don't know if I really like that one. He looked like he came out straight out of like
Compton.
No,
Belle Reve.
No, more of Twilight. He looked
Coming straight out of Hawkeye.
He looked like he was supposed to be putting down the werewolves in that kind of genre. But
I mean that's totally Clint Barton from that Hawkeye, the Matt Fraction, David Aja story, and also
totally
I'm holding out. On the PC, they had enhanced skins that added different things. It's like they have a few of them. It's like Scarlet Witch. You can get Wiccan, who is, I guess, technically her son. I don't know the latest canon on that. That is the same character but does different stuff. I want the Kate Bishop Hawkeye skin like I had on the PC because I loved playing as Kate Bishop. So fun.
Okay.
They had good versions of Miss Marvel too.
Oh yes, and seriously, like speaking on Miss Marvel, on the splash of Marvel Heroes Omega, there we go. You do see Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, and you see Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. So I am waiting for Kamala Khan to drop because I have money in my slowly dwindling bank account set aside to play as Kamala Khan because Kamala Khan is my girl.
She's your girl. She's my girl. She's an embiggener.
I will definitely give the game a thumbs up. It's very smooth, very good for a beta. That's incredible.
Yeah, it really feels like Jay, you've had a more positive experience since we last talked.
Well, I told you I didn't hate it. I just don't think it favorably compares to Diablo 3.
I still think it's a Marvel Alliance.
That's all I was saying. Like I think it's a fun game to play, and like I said, like Iceman can shut down everybody. If you just want to cheat. Play Iceman. Use his area of effect spell. That it's a freeze spell that freezes everything within a certain zone. By the time it cools down, that's when people are getting unfrozen. You can hit it again, so you can mow down anybody you want to, as long as you keep them in front of you. That's it. That's all you got to do.
Spam rock.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I don't know. Punisher was pretty good.
And he's fun. Like all you have to do if you jog like for a few seconds, he starts shooting down his ice rays and starts just sliding around. That's cool
legit.
If you play Deadpool, his second transportation is the scooter. He's like, it's so fun. I watched a buddy of mine ride that scooter for like 20 minutes. I'm like, I could just watch this all day.
So there's fun
I
things.
really
I
feel like-
didn't mean to
like-
crap on it. That's not what I was trying to do.
No, and I didn't think you crapped on it, but it's like I feel like now that all of us have played it, we need to get a Nerd News Cafe game going.
Yeah, we'd have to cross-platform unless Matt came over here, and then we could do it.
Exactly. Yeah, Matt, come over there
So,
because I'm getting ready to move, so you can't come over here.
oh
I know, right? Yeah, is that the first time we've mentioned that I'm moving?
no, you did bring it up. I think maybe last week, but we just
Okay,
kind of glossed
all right.
over it. So not leaving the show. Just
No. Yeah.
You'll be remote.
Yeah,
Yes,
he'll be
yes.
calling in a lot
So
via satellite.
Hopefully, we'll keep this because, by the way, I shouldn't mention it, but the buzz is gone right now, and maybe we'll get it addressed long term. So anyway, we're running kind of long. So I have a
We are.
suggestion. We're getting into the debate portion, and I feel like we ought to do maybe like we did last time. Let's not do like formal timed things. We can present the thing that we want and maybe give a few words about why.
Sure.
And then
Okay.
we'll put the poll out. So Matt, tell us what the debate is this week.
Well, in celebration of Wonder Woman, as we touted Tuesday.
Yeah, because we're celebrating Wonder Woman, not
it
so much
is. I mean,
Warner Brothers promotions department.
nobody else wants to promote it.
Seriously, it's only Wonder Woman, one of the biggest comic book characters.
Do
of all
you
time.
know? I have seen a video on Facebook 5 times now. Ridley Scott and Fassbender in a seat being interviewed by a facehugger. That is promotional
Wait,
stuff.
what?
They had this foam-looking facehugger in a chair, hugging a chair, and Ridley Scott with his arms crossed and Fassbender conversating to this facehugger about something. I don't even care about the audio.
Jesus, journalism is dead.
And I was like, this is being promoted, and I have yet to see one Wonder Woman promotion. One.
Yeah.
On Facebook.
Yeah.
Of that everyone.
Well, I was going to
looks
say,
at.
yeah, it's like clearly you haven't seen Dr. Pepper case.
I was going to say go
No,
buy a
no,
Dr.
don't get me
Pepper
wrong.
case.
They're there, but I mean, if you don't drink Dr. Pepper, you know.
Yeah, my girlfriend like practically lives on Dr. Pepper. I see nothing but Wonder Woman right now.
Right,
But it's like,
exactly.
yeah, you're
probably the
1000%
only one.
It's like,
No.
where the hell are the trailers?
And that's what I'm saying. So, in trying to put the good foot forward from our side
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
because everyone listens. So, you know, I wanted to do a debate on what we all thought was our pick, and Wonder Woman was pulled out of this as a strong, what you thought was the strongest female role, character, person you would put up there.
Yep. I like it.
So her predecessors in the movie and character genre.
Okay.
So
So who? Because she's going to set the bar. We're putting it out there.
She's
gonna,
the bar.
She's going to set the bar as leading lady in an action film. Mm-hmm. And by the way, there's another movie coming out down the road with Charlize Theron,
oh my goodness, that woman can act.
and it's
For days.
it's being touted. I can't think of the name of the movie right off the top of my head. I'd have to look it up, but it's being touted as kind of like the female John Wick.
Really?
So that's
Wait,
going to
what?
be that's going to be pretty
I
awesome.
wonder if it's going to
Okay,
come out when
that's
John Wick 3
and
comes
especially frickin' Furiosa
Yep.
as
Oh.
female John Wick.
Yep.
I'm on
So-
board.
But we're talking about what's come before. So that being said, who wants to start?
I'm going to go last because you ding dongs always make me go first.
Okay. I'll go first.
Okay.
Matt, you can sandwich in the middle. It'll
Okay.
be a Matt sandwich.
out. Miss Siemens.
So I'm going to go with, and like we said, we're going to do this non-traditional. Let me just say, so we're going to present our female lead. Then on around lunchtime this Thursday, I will put out the poll, the No Pants poll. If you go out, vote in the No Pants poll, retweet, and you are a follower, you will have a chance to win a free digital comic. But you have to vote and you have to retweet before the poll closes.
And you have
And
to
let me
follow.
throw this out here. If I throw out a retweet and you retweet my retweet, that doesn't count.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
that's
crap.
happened to me
Like
too.
I love the fact that y'all are retweeting me, but y'all need to retweet nerd_news_cafe.
Exactly. So, for last week, we'll get to the winner in just a second because we got to pick a winner from last week, and I don't think there are that many candidates. But
Wow, way to sell it, boss.
hey, I'm just telling you that's not me. I didn't do that. That was our listeners not going out and retweeting like they're supposed to. I'm saying the people who did have a high chance to win. So
Way to bag on the listeners, boss.
hey, I'm just saying we asked for a simple thing, and we're going to give you something in return. That's all it is. So that being said, if you do it this time, I say we give away I Am Groot #1. How about that?
Nice.
We'll do that one this time.
Sounds good.
For
We don't have a secret empire to give away.
did we pick one for this? Like when we picked the winner this week, had we already picked a comic?
Yeah.
I can't remember if
we did.
I don't know. I'm drunk, so.
Let me just look really quick and see about this Black Bolt. I can't remember if we already gave away Black Bolt.
No, I don't think we've decided to give away.
It's an amazing comic.
Seriously, Black Bolt #1. Saladin Ahmad, like a very renowned fantasy author, this is his debut under the Marvel banner. Great job. I am super excited to see going forward from Black Bolt. Matt, you want to talk on it some?
It's just really amazing. It's a good story structure. You can. I have no concept other than what Justin has told us about Inhumans. I have no idea what's happening, and it was easy for me to get into it, to be just very, very engaged with the story and what's happening and everything they're doing. I don't want to spoil anything, so it's good, man. It's dark. I don't know.
So we'll pick a winner after we give our candidates for this week, but we'll do Black Bolt #1 for the winner this week. So there you go. All right. So my candidate for best female lead in an action kind of a role is going to be Jennifer Lopez in Made in Manhattan. No, I'm just kidding.
I almost got up out of this podcast. I am done. I am done with him. I am done with this.
No, I am going back a little bit though, and I'm going to go Uma Thurman in Kill Bill Volumes 1 and 2.
Okay.
As the bride. I think for me that was one of the first really brutal roles that I've seen a female lead play. She is definitely deadly as Black Mamba. Those movies are fun. Shout out to Quentin Tarantino, Knoxville person. And I just think, the movies are good. Uma Thurman is great in them, and she's believable taking out all these people. The fighting's awesome, and you get katana action, which is always a good time. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to throw out that Uma Thurman in Kill Bill is one of, if not the best female in a lead action role. Matt?
Okay. All right. That's pretty strong right out the gate. But I'm going to have to go a little older than that. And I'm going to go with Sigourney Weaver as Ellen Ripley.
I was wondering who was going to do it.
Holy crap. What can I say other than she is the definition of a badass? She came in there with one mission, to be this advisor. Crap hits the fan real fast. She's fighting for her life, and she's trying to get out. I mean, she slips the noose, I don't know how many times in the first movie. Boot stomps that queen out into space. Second movie, has to go back and face her fears. How strong of a person do you have to be to go back and face something you've never seen die, other than putting space in it? So she goes back with Paul Reiser, who is garbage, but...
Garbage.
God rest his soul, Bill Paxton. Amazing crew. Goes back. They get destroyed. She gets back, escapes with I can't remember the little girl's name. I call her Mowgli. That's not her name. Mud or Mute
or something.
Mute, yeah, Mute or Mutt. Newt. That's it. Newt. She grabs Newt. Jumps.
You turned me into a newt.
I got better. So
no, you didn't. No.
I did. So, I mean, amazing. Boot kicks that one out. Some stuff goes down. She ends up in a medical facility. She's floating adrift. I mean, there's a couple more movies we won't speak about. But, I mean, she is the premier, in my mind, of just awesomeness, female, strong figure. I mean, when you think about somebody gunning down xenomorphs, Sigourney Weaver's got the rifle for you, buddy. So, that's my vote. What do you have, Landon? What do you got?
Well, I am going to focus in on Zoe Washburn from the Firefly franchise. Obviously, this is a quote-unquote show that Nathan Fillion starred in, but when push came to shove, it wasn't Mal that was doing the dirty work. It wasn't Jane who was doing the dirty work, even though he was a dumb mercenary. It was Zoe. And it's Zoe is the character that stuck to Mal through thick and thin. And guess what? Zoe was the one that got shit shit done. I love Malcolm Reynolds. Great character. But he was not always the best when it came to, actually following through on plans. Because, to quote Jane Cobb, what you plan and what actually happens are two vastly different things. So when stuff got done, it was because Zoe manned up, no pun intended, and got the job done. Womaned up. Yeah. And also, like, talking about badasses, you know who she's married to in real life? Gina Torres. Morpheus. So there is going to be some badass spawn of Morpheus and Zoe that will probably end up ruling the world in like 20 years. So that is why I say Zoe Washburn is the best female lead, period.
Nice.
Since I can't pick Wonder Woman. So.
All right.
I had to... Just a little inside part the kimono.
I'm averting my eyes as usual.
Exactly. Yeah. Who wants to see that?
That was Landon's first pick, and I said no Wonder Woman. He goes, oh, why?
Yeah, I literally was like, well, I call dibs on Wonder Woman.
I was like, no, that's the whole point of this. He's like, boo this man. I'm like,
exactly, boo this man. You didn't say I couldn't. Boo.
It was implied.
Yeah,
I guess, but yeah, it's like. Can I close it with this? Go see Wonder Woman this weekend, opening weekend to show DC. It's like, guess what, ding dongs? Just because you ain't advertising this, we want this.
Yeah, I mean, show your support. Show how stupid evidently they are. Evidently, somebody
ahead, man.
I was just going to say probably one of the men's activists. He probably works at DC or part of the advertising company. So.
Jesus Christ. It's like these people have so little in their lives going on that they have to be that pissed off about women being only able to see Wonder Woman. Guess what? You can still go see the movie at any other time. It's not that big of a deal, you micro hamster wiener having dumbasses.
Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries.
I'm feeling it. Let's go.
All right. I think while Landon's fired up, we ought to pick a winner for last week's poll really quick.
Absolutely.
So, let's get a f***ing winner. Sorry, edit.
All right. So we're going to generate a number. We have a small pool of candidates here. Everybody's got a 25% chance to win. I'm using the Google random number generator because I can't find my 4-sided dice.
Matt, give this man a drum roll.
Here it is.
I can't believe that worked. Okay.
Hopefully you can hear it. Generate. And the winner is number 4. And that happens to be Cassandra Roberts. We happen to know her.
Oh, thank God! I can have sex with her again. Mike's on.
That is everyone. That is Landon's girlfriend. That is not somebody he's just like insinuating physical relations upon.
Yeah. Oh, sweet. All right. Well. My love life gets back on track because she's been really angry about not winning comics. I didn't know that it would matter that much to her.
The good news is she had such a good chance because here we are telling people how easy it is for them to get out there and have a chance to win a free comic. She's doing it. She's doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, she's doing it all right.
And she's also sleeping with this guy, and I call that doing the Lord's work too.
Oh my God.
So shouts out to Cassie. You're getting it done.
Oh my God.
So she wins Black Bolt number 1. Congratulations. If you want a chance to win an e-comic next week, I Am Groot number 1. Who doesn't want to see Baby Groot in action?
I am Groot.
Exactly.
I'm Groot.
All you have to do, be a follower at nerd_news_cafe. Vote in the poll and then retweet the poll. Thursday. It's happening Thursday. And you get 24 hours.
Yep.
Hey, can I get in here real quick?
Do it.
Okay. I love the fact that people are retweeting me on my own personal Twitter, twitter.com/Landoz, LANDOZ. But it doesn't enter you to win the digital comic code. So you have to go to the twitter.com/nerd_news_cafe, vote, follow us, and retweet that tweet. I really appreciate the fact that you're coming and getting at me. But if you want to win, retweet the Nerd News stuff.
Yeah, you got to retweet the poll.
Yep.
Yep.
The official poll. So get that done, peoples. And I know that you are out there. I know people are out there. I got 57 votes on that Universal and Disney debate.
I love it.
So come on. We want to hear from you. Pick between Uma Thurman, Sigourney Weaver, and I was going to say Gina Torres. I got confused whether I was going to say Gina Torres or Zoe.
Hey, well, you know what? Gina Torres is Zoe Washburn because she's married to Morpheus.
Yep.
So, you know what? Once again, just want to reiterate, at some point, there's going to be a spawn that is part Morpheus, part Zoe, and that is going to be the person that ends up ruling this planet.
There you go. So. Hopefully it's a female. So there you go. That's it. So that's the debate. That's the poll. You got other ways to get at us. Matt, how else can they interact with us if they don't do the Twitter?
Well, they can get on Facebook. We have a fan page, Nerd News Cafe. You can get on our web page. It's nerdnewscafe.com. You can jump on there and write us a dissertation, 10 pages, no less, nerdnewscafe at gmail.com.
Grades will be docked.
Grades will be docked. Landon, God, his red pen flies.
I didn't even know I had a red pen, but there you go.
What is that color then? I need to get my eyes checked. So that's pretty much all the ways, centralized we can get. We are on YouTube. You can leave comments on there. Right now we're hosting our audio upon there, so you guys can reach out and grab it that way if you're blocked at work and the YouTube's open. But we'll be throwing up some videos shortly at some point once we figure out what we're going to put up and how we're going to put up, and we're in the same space at the same time.
Nerd News Cafe in your face.
In your face.
In your face.
It's terrible. So
yeah, that was uncomfortable for everybody.
I don't think I have anything else to add to that. Justin, do you have any closings?
I just wanted to say I'm super excited about the Top Gun sequel.
Oh, absolutely.
That's all.
Really?
Top Gun 2 coming at you.
Hey.
Highway to the Danger Zone.
Danger Zone. So for Danger Zone, Justin Krutzinger and just kind of medium danger, Matt Weaver, I am Landon Doan. Thanking you for joining us on another edition of Nerd News Cafe. Stir it up. We've been Nerd News. You've been great.
Good night.
Man, you're stepping on my gimmick. What the hell?
No, I thought it'd be fun if there were multiple people doing good night.
Yeah, I love it.
We could do
We'll
it.
see how it sounds
Let's do
like.
it in 3-part harmony next time. I'll do the good night.
Good night.
That was a train wreck.
Oh.
We'll get it worked out.